you doing, guys? I'm Sean.
Hi everybody, I'm Lyn. I hope everyone is having an absolutely unbelievable day today.
Absolutely scorching day today.
Now, today's video, we're going to talk to you about this amazing quartz formation, which is called Enhydro quartz. Now, Enhydro, what it is Enhydro forms in many different types of quartz crystals, and it's actually trapped water that is millions of years old, so that's millions and millions of years old, that got trapped inside the crystal while it was growing. The crystal actually grew over, so it trapped the water inside it when it was growing. So the water's millions of years old inside the crystal, and it's absolutely incredible, isn't it? It's amazing to think. Now, on the table here, we've got a collection of lots of different types of enhydros, because enhydro comes in many different forms, such as Herkimer diamonds, often seen in Herkimer's. Here I've got a piece of agate, and it's a lovely big chunk here, and the enhydro is inside it. There's water inside it if I shake it. And there's Brandenburgs as well, Brandenburg amethyst quartz, and celestial quartzes as well, where there's water inside it. And what happens, it's a little bit of water, like a little water bubble inside, and when you give it a little bit of a shake, or you turn it to the side, you can see the tiny little bit of water bubble moving from side to side, and that is actually trapped inside the quartz crystal, which is amazing to think. It really is, isn't it?
Don't be expecting to shake it and it's like a can of Coke or fizzy drink, all the bubbles flying everywhere. It is difficult to see, but we think it's absolutely amazing, because we get such a buzz out of crystals and working with the energies of crystals, and the fact that, you know, the way crystals are formed is amazing in itself. But it adds a different dimension to it when there's water trapped inside it. Now, we're aware of the lake of amber that would have wee insects trapped in it. That's fantastic as it is, because you can actually see a wee prehistoric animal inside it.
But it's an insect, not an animal. But I wouldn't want to see a dinosaur inside one.
Big enough piece of amber.
You might see a big massive piece of amber with a little dino in there. Usually get little creatures inside.
Okay, you may not find a Tyrannosaurus Rex inside a bit of amber.
You might see its DNA, mind you. You might get little DNA particles in there.
Made in China. Be careful about that one. There's a lot of wee fake insects inside.
Yeah, there is a lot. Sometimes on eBay, you see a lot of amber like made in China. So many, and this.
You can actually see in the bottom of the fly inside some of the amber. If you look on the face, it's made in Taiwan. There'll be plastic flies in the rest.
And the flies all look identical. They're all like that.
Not like that, just like that. But guys, it's absolutely amazing to think there's a wee insect inside amber.
That's absolutely about insect. That's good. Not an animal. But with enhydros, it's actually water that's trapped inside the quartz, which is absolutely amazing. I find it fascinating. Now, it must have been a good 15 years ago when I first found out about Enhydro Crystals. I was reading my crystal book, and I read about Enhydro Crystals. What are they? And it says that it's got water actually trapped inside the crystal when it was growing. And the thought of that, I thought of having a crystal that had water that was millions of years old trapped inside, really fascinated me. And I looked everywhere to try and get one. Of course, the internet, even 15 years ago, believe it or not, eBay was nothing like it is now. And I couldn't get one anywhere. Anyway, I actually went to Glastonbury the one day, and in the shop, Stone Age, they had some enhydros, and I was like, yeah, and I was really happy. And I've been fascinated by these amazing crystals ever since. They are just amazing, aren't they?
Definitely. They got me into them, and as I say, it's a fantastic form of meditation with. And I say all crystals are great, you know, to be working with, and certainly the quartz would be amazing for meditation, but it does genuinely add a different dimension to it. The thought, I don't know whether it's psychological or what, but when you know that there's water trapped in there for millions of years and it's still alive, you know what I mean? And I tell you guys, it just has an amazing energy, and I say all crystals have an amazing energy, but there is something special I found with the enhydro.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I find that they are very good for meditation, as all crystals are, but there's something special about these that really helps you go. They are really lovely. They're very good using for healing as well.
I like the way you've done that, by the way.
Oh.
Meditate. Yeah.
But it really does as well. The water inside, I find, is absolutely fascinating. Very good for lying down meditation. If you're doing your meditation lying down and putting it onto the third eye, so obviously it's not too big of a crystal like that, obviously, but it is really wonderful. Absolutely. Now, so it's okay then, what does Enhydro do? What's it good for? Well, Enhydro basically enhances the energy of the type of crystal it's inside. Now, the Enhydro air bubbles are found in quartz crystals, and of course there's many different types of quartz crystals, as you know. There's smoky quartz, there's amethyst, and it enhances the properties of that crystal. So if you've got a piece of, as in this case, amethyst here, you get all the properties of amethyst, and the Enhydro, the water inside, enhances the properties even more, so it makes it even more powerful to work with. And in this case, a little smoky elastral enhances all the properties of the elastral. So it is an amazing, amazing crystal. So if you get hold of an Enhydro crystal, not only would it have the amazing properties of that crystal anyway, in this case, it's clear quartz. This has actually got black carbon inside it. But the water enhances the properties even further, so it's amazing. As well as the fact that if you're into collecting crystals, like we love them for healing, but we also love collecting them as well because we find them fascinating. I love the thought of having crystals with water inside. I find it absolutely amazing. It's just really special, isn't it?
And the more you're working with the crystals and the more you're actually buying crystals, you can purchase these here in crystal shops, any good reputable crystal shop. You can even get them online in various places, you know. But say, when you're even buying a crystal, it is good to have a wee loop with you, a wee magnifying glass, because it's surprising that the air bubbles are so small.
They are really
they
tiny
can be
to
missed.
see.
And I say, usually when you see there's like a lot of fractures and things like that inside the crystals, and you see the wee trapped air bubbles, always put a wee loop up your eye and have a look. They are difficult to see, you know what I mean? Some of the crystals, you'd have a bigger air bubble inside it and you can see the water more clearly, but you'd be surprised. And the crystals you actually have at home currently now, you may actually have one.
That's
and this
exactly
is a great
right.
way to actually to work with your crystal. And I don't know if you've already done this, it's like a sort of a side thing, but you know, if you get yourself a wee loop and you hold the crystal up and you actually look through it and you're looking at it, that's one of the best meditation. When you start actually looking through a loop on a crystal up close, bit of music in the background, you'll start to connect more with the energy of the crystal. You'll be amazed at what you'll see in there.
It's like a little world. In fact, when you look inside a crystal through a magnifying glass really close, it's like a whole universe going on inside that crystal. And it is so right, it's one of the best forms of meditation because you get lost in it. You look at it and you just think, wow, and you see all the little imperfections all inside the crystal, like little tiny little bubbles and all like this.
You see all the big crystals glowing and things like that inside it. You know?
Oh, it's amazing, and that is just so relaxing to do, isn't it? But you might find if you've got crystals at home, which I'm sure most of you have, you actually get magnifying glass up to them. You might even find there's actually water inside them already, because as an example, like I bought most of these as Enhydros, but this one here, this I actually bought as just quartz, plain quartz. And when I was looking through it, as whenever I buy a new crystal, the first thing I do is obviously I connect to it. Then I get a magnifying glass and I stare at it for ages and I analyse it. And this is where I found a water bubble in here. I thought, oh, what's that? And I moved it and it moved from side to side and I actually saw there's actually water inside this one. I thought, yeah, it's an Enhydro, and I was totally unaware of it. So you might find you've got some already.
What sort of price range would they be?
Yeah, now with this one I got a bargain because I just bought this as quartz. It's something like £2 or something like that. But if obviously the selling new would have been an Enhydro, would have been a lot more. They are very, very expensive because they are very rare, and it depends who you get them from. You can get them on eBay. And they could range.
Good old eBay.
Good old eBay, yeah, the good old faithful eBay. And they start anything from, say, crystal this size, it's amethyst, possibly I would say from 25 euros, or probably about $30 upwards. Is that right? Would you say? Anything I'd say from 25. Dollars to about $50, whether it's America or euros.
And if they attach a trade name till the end of it, you'd probably stick another $50 on top of that.
Yeah.
You know, so just be careful. If they add any dimensions, it should be powerful enough and desirable enough for you just to get Enhydro. Just watch that they don't add more to it, the wizardry attached to it.
Because then that bumps the price up.
This is going to do it. So I say to you guys, keep an eye out for it, and hope we've whet your appetite. Keep an eye out for any dinosaurs trapped inside the air bubbles.
Any dinosaurs trapped inside the air bubbles, that's right. Well, you never know. They're possibly, when you think about it, right, these crystals are millions of years old, and the water trapped inside them is millions of years old. Well, it's more than likely going to have probably some remains DNA of dinosaurs before the dinosaurs, really, isn't it?
A baby Loch Ness monster could be.
A baby Loch Ness monster could be good swimming around, but they think that these were formed when the Earth was forming. When you think about it, so even dinosaurs wouldn't have been around then. You think how old crystals are. I find that absolutely amazing. Like when I'm holding a piece of crystal in my hand like that, I know, to think it's millions of years old, I get such a buzz from that. I think, wow, millions, like, we're only on this earth for such a tiny, tiny space, like tiny, tiny space when you think of it, and you think how old these crystals are. And
Just things in perspective.
They're going to carry on when we pass over. We're just earth keepers of them for such a short time,
That's
aren't
why
we?
when you've got crystals there, then we're very passionate about how we keep our crystals, how you should be keeping your crystals, and you walk into some shops and they're just lying there in baskets as if they're nothing.
They're just thrown into
Do you know what I mean?
boxes.
Do you know what I mean? So genuinely they're millions of years old, and they say that, you know, when you're an earth keeper for your crystals, irrespective of it costs you $1 or $100, you know, treat them with respect. You don't have to worship them, but you treat them with respect because of the age of them and how they've got this journey to you for this wee short period of both of your lives. And as I say, try to look after them well.
Absolutely.
Guys,
each one is amazing to think how it's created. It really is.
Definitely.
Anyway, enough about waffling. We just wanted to tell you about Enhydro Crystals, because you may or may not know about them. Most people that we meet, we tell them about crystals, and if we happen to tell them about Enhydro, they've never heard of it. So if you haven't heard of it, it'd be good to look out for one, even now in the future, because the unusualness of them is amazing, and so it enhances the properties of the crystal you've got, whether it's clear quartz, smoky quartz, or amethyst, and Herkimer. So, anyway,
guys, listen, send us love from Ireland. We really appreciate all your feedback, and if you haven't already subscribed, please click the wee subscribe button and help us get the message out there. And we'd be grateful if you could share these videos and say, well, that you just get people more involved and probably thinking outside the box. You know, there's nothing too heavy here, there's nothing carved in stone. It's just really our wee way of saying, look, you know, you've got a brain, you're intuitive, start working with crystals, working with the earth energies, start to meditate, start to watch what you're putting into your body, use the energies of the crystals. And this world is an absolutely beautiful place to live. And as I say, Katie, these here will help you get to where you're meant to be going. You know,
absolutely.
Guys, listen, send your love from Ireland. Have a fantastic day, and I really appreciate you watching our videos. Yeah.
Send you loads of love and positive energy and happiness from Ireland as always. Bye.
See you later, guys.
Till next time. Bye.
Keep an eye out for any dinosaurs now.
Yeah. Look out for dinos.